Hey guys, Machines and Metal here on this beautiful Sunday morning. The birds are chirping and the geese are geesing, and we're here working on this old Ariens Rototiller we picked up last summer. It's an RT 8020, and we bought it at a yard sale. I think we bought 2 or 3 of them. And anyway, this one we decided to work on today, so we kind of got ahead of ourselves. We should have made a video before we started, but we didn't. But anyway, we just wanted to show you what we did was we stripped off the old motor. It had this this powerfist 13 horsepower offshore motor, so it's a copy of a Honda GX 390. Almost identical copy. This one's got the key start, which is a nice feature. That's the pulley for the rototiller. I'm not looking forward to having to take that off and switch to our new motor. But what we ended up having was this extra 13 horse. This is an actual Honda from a pressure washer that we took the pump off of. We have an extra motor kicking around. So we're going to try and take this motor and put it onto that rototiller. Now we noticed when we were pulling it out that this motor appears to have been in a fire because it's melted down here and it's melted here, and there's fire extinguisher soda all over it. So we're probably going to have to use some parts off that motor I just showed you inside. Or we'll have to get some parts off one of our other spare motors that we got. But we're just going to cut to a pressure washing video because we're going to try and post some pressure washing porn here on Reddit. So I'm going to restart the video when we start pressure washing, and then we'll bounce back to when we start trying to install this new 13 horse motor. You can hear the geese flying up there, guys. They're coming back. Those look like Canada geese, not snow geese. Be right back. So we're going to try and start the donor motor before we bolt it on or do anything, because we want to make sure that it's going to work. So I went and put a new pull cord on it because there was no pull cord on it. And yeah, you can definitely see that there was a fire. That's actually the old pull cord handle right there, all melted. So we're going to have to change this carburetor because the fuel tap's all burned off. But just to see if she works, we're going to squirt some gas down the intake and give it a pull. If it fires up and runs, we'll know this is a good motor for putting onto our pressure washer. So you don't really have to worry about the choke or the fuel tap. You just want to make sure that you got it turned on and that your spark plug's hooked up. This is your throttle here. Put it in about the middle. Just put a shot of gas down the hole and give her a pull. Oh, you hear that? Sounds like she's gonna run, guys. So that's a good sign. That means carb job. I already actually checked the oil on it right here. I pulled the oil cap and a bunch of really clean oil came out. Doesn't smell gassy either, so that's a good sign. But we'll do an oil change anyway. So we're gonna take this off of its cart, give it a clean, change that carburetor, do an oil change, and make a video of it flashing up, and then we're going to throw it onto our rototiller. Well, this is kind of neat, guys. Thought we would stop and show you this. We pulled the Airbox off that old 13 horse offshore motor because we're going to try and salvage the carburetor for this guy, for the Honda. So we took the carburetor off there, and she's all a little bit melted. She's seen better days. But anyway, we thought we'd give this carb a try. We lifted the airbox, and it looks like Mickey Mouse has made a home under there. There's his bathroom, I guess. And then he's got a little storage of hay there. So maybe if your motor's not running right and it's been parked in a field for a little while, pull the airbox and you find one of these inside. Be right back. Alright guys, so we got our carburetor, our airbox base, and our intake off of the other motor you saw in the video, and we've taken the carburetor off the other motor and cleaned it out. It actually wasn't that bad inside, and we reused some of the parts, the jets, the choke lever, the air filter, and anyway, we got it all back together. Here's our burnt parts. So that's the original Honda carburetor, and it's all roasted, and the Honda intake there. So I mean, there's a couple pieces in there we might use on another project, but most of that's garbage. So we're going to try put some gas in this baby, and if it doesn't leak all over the place, we're going to hopefully hear this thing run. And then we're going to try bolting it onto our rototiller outside that we pressure washed up really nice. We also were able to pull the drive pulley off of the old motor. It had two set screws, one set screw there and one set screw there. We actually yanked it off with our trusty slide hammer tool. So this tool has a little claw that you would clamp on like so, and it would yank it off. It worked great, about 4 pulls, and we had that thing off the other engine. So anyway, we got any leaks? Anything leaking?
No.
That was a good sign.
Is the fuel turned on?
I believe it is. So our motor's turned on. Yeah, the fuel is turned on. Like I said in the last video, I replaced the rope already on it so we could test the engine. This is our choke lever, so we're going to turn the choke on. Let's see if she'll start. That's our throttle right there. Ready? She runs great. Just dandy. So I guess our next step is we're gonna remove that engine from that cart, and we're gonna bolt that engine onto that rototiller out there. We'll be right back. All right, so we got the Honda motor bolted on, and we lined up our pulleys, our pulley, PTO pulley with the drive pulley. We only have one belt right now that came with the machine, but we figured we'd test it out before we invested any more money into belts. And we think we might have a problem with this clutch. It doesn't seem to release completely, so we might have to add a spring to it. This here pulley is supposed to, this tension pulley is supposed to pull back like that when you let go of the clutch, but it doesn't. It gets a little hung up. I think if we just build a bracket and remount this spring up here, it'll have a little more pull. But to see if the gearbox works and the tines turn, etc., I think we've got enough of a setup here to do that. So I'm gonna fire it up. Oh, we were a little more throttle. It's cold today. That'll be a whole nother section of the video of how to fix that surging, but for now we'll test it out and see if it works. She seems to work okay. Needs a little adjustment. A little more carb clean, little adjustment, but I think we got ourselves a working tiller.